Hello guys, I am Gopal and welcome back on the RC channel. Guys, if you need any lecture on the specific point or a specific concept, please comment in the comment section so I can able to know that what requirement of you, and I able to prepare and I try to prepare the videos on your demand. In today's video we discuss about the government accounting. Guys, this chapter contain 15 mark in our examination, and question on this part will ask in the question number 6 and question number 7. So guys, I recommended you that you must do this chapter so that your mark in the examination will be increased by the 10 to 12 mark, and you get exemption in that subject also due to 10 or 12 marks. So guys, CFR subject is typically very lengthy subject, so I recommended you do almost all theory part of this chapter, so you can easily tackle CFR subject in the examination. In CFR paper there is also chances to ask the questions on the accounting standard. So for accounting standard you can refer the scanner. In that scanner there is a lot of practical question are given on the accounting standard, and in examination repeated question asked by the institution on the accounting standard practical portion. So guys, I recommended you also do accounting standard from the scanner. There is chances to ask the question in examination, and on Indian accounting standard there is chances to ask the theoretical question like objective, scope, applicability of Indian accounting standard or provision laid down in that Indian accounting standard. So guys, I recommended you do accounting standard from point of view of the theory questions, accounting standard from the practical point of view. You can also get exemption in that subject. So guys, before starting the video, link of the notes are given in the description box. Please download the notes for your reference. And this chapter, government accounting, I will cover in two parts. This is your first part, and second part will be uploaded within 8 days. So guys, one thing also do, please subscribe our channel so that you never miss the notification from the RCA channel. And we are active on Telegram channel. To get the link of the Telegram channel, contact number are provided in the note. Just send message on that contact number, you will get the link of the Telegram channel. Guys, let's start the video. So guys, as we know the meaning of the accounting, same definition is applied here with the slight changes. We know that our accounting definition laid down that recording, analyzing, classifying, summarizing, communicating and interpreting the financial information about the business entity. This is our basic accounting definition, but government accounting is slightly different from the basic accounting definition. That difference we will discuss here. The government accounting is the process of the recording, analyzing, classifying, summarizing, communicating and interpreting the information about the government in aggregate and in detail, reflecting the all transaction involving the receipt, transfer and disposition of the government fund and property. Government accounting is mainly concerned with or mainly deal with the keeping all record of the government revenue and their proper utilization in the different development and administration work. The aim of the government accounting is that keeping the record of the government revenues, like how much revenue earned by the government from the income tax, custom duties, goods and services tax, and their utilization in the different development work. That means we tracking the source of the fund of the government and application of that fund of the government in the various project and various development work in country. So guys, next, government accounting is present the receipt and payment position of the public fund. So next, it reveals how public fund have been generated and utilized for the welfare of the general public. By performing the government accounting, we actually tracking the government revenues and their utilization in the various development. So guys, this is a government accounting aim or concern. From the last slide, previous slides, we able to conclude that government accounting means it is a accounting system used in the government institution or department for the purpose of recording, classifying, summarizing and communicating of financial information regarding the collection and utilization of the public fund and property. So finally, we conclude that it is a concern with the keeping record of the government revenue and their expenditure in the different development and administrative work. Again, this is the meaning of the government accounting. So guys, after understanding the meaning of the government accounting, now we go through the some advantages offered by the government accounting. There are 8 advantages that is offered by the government accounting. First of 8 advantage is specific system of the accounting. It is a specific accounting system which is followed by the government in its department, offices and institution. Second, reporting of the utilization of the public fund. Government accounting is not done for the revealing the profit and loss. In fact, it is reveal how the public fund and properties utilized. So guys, while we doing the accounting of any business entity, purpose of that accounting is to know that how much profit earned by that business entity. But while we perform the accounting of the government accounting provide us the utilization of the public fund and properties and source of that fund. So guys, third advantage is government regulation. Government accounting are basically maintained accordingly rules and regulation laid down by the government. Said policies, rules and regulation are determined time to time as government think fit. So guys, when we perform the government accounting, there are specific rules and specific provisions laid down by the government time to time, and that procedure and that rules must follow by that accounting. So guys, next advantage is double entry system. Government accounting are based on the double entry system. It implies that for the each government financial transaction, one aspect of the transaction is debited and another aspect of the transaction is credited. So guys, next advantage is budget head. All expenditure of the government offices are classified into the different budget head, and expenditure are made only approved budget head. So guys, government accounting is fully based on the budget, and we know that in every year in the month of the February there is a union budget of the government of India. In that budget, government are laid the various development work and various scheme in that budget. Government also interpret the sources of the fund and how much fund will expected to earn by the government in upcoming year. So guys, next is budgetary regulation. As we know, in the month of the February each year there is union budget of the government of India, and in such budget government of India laid down the various sources of the fund and expected earning from the revenue from the various taxes like income tax, custom, goods and service tax, and government also announced the various development scheme in such budget. So guys, this is a budgetary regulation of the government accounting. This is most important advantage. Next advantage is fund based accounting. Government accounting is a fund based accounting because of there is a large number of the transactions are happen in the government organization, government departments, government offices. So guys, next advantage is mode of the transaction. All government transactions are supposed to be performed through the bank. Next advantage is auditing. All book of the account maintained by the government department, offices or institution are audited by the C&AG, Controller Auditor General, to ensure proper governance and also prevent the misuse and misappropriation of the public fund. So guys, this is 8 advantages. You must learn these advantages because there is high chances to ask the question on this point in the examination for the 6 to 7 marks. So guys, after understanding the advantages of the government accounting, we go through some objective of the government accounting. There is 8 objective of the government accounting are diagrammically represented in this slide as you can see on the screen. So guys, we'll go through one by one objective. First objective is record the financial transaction of the revenue and expenditure relating to the government organization. Second objective is the expenditure as per the appropriate act, rules, and second objective is record the expenditure as per the appropriate act, rule and legal provision as said by the government. So guys, first objective is related with the recording of the financial transaction and recording that financial transaction as per the appropriate act, rule and legal provision. So guys, next is facilitate the auditing by the concerned government department and facilitate for the estimating the annual budget by providing the historical financial data of government and expenditure. So guys, next is provide the reliable financial data and information about the operation of the public fund. So government accounting is provide the reliable financial data and information about the operation of the public fund. So guys, you can go on the government side and there you can also see that the government earn from the income tax, earn from the custom duties, earn from the GST, so and so amount, and application of that amount into various development activities and in various schemes are shown on that site. So guys, next is avoid the excess expenditure beyond the limit of the budget approved by the government. So guys, if in budget specific amount is announced by the government for the specific development, that development will be completed within such fund. If the excess amount is required, then for such excess amount the proper authorization from the parliament is required. So guys, next is help in the preparation of the various financial statement and reports. So guys, as we know, as as we prepare the various financial reports in our business entity like cash flow statement, profit and loss, balance sheet, trading and profit and loss account. So in government department there is also various reports are generated at various level, which can be we discuss in the upcoming video. So next is prevent the misappropriation of the government properties by the maintaining the systematic record of the cash and store item. As this is a main objective of the accounting, that accounting prevent the misappropriation of the government properties. This is also solved by the accounting in our business entity. In business entity, why we do accounting? Because we know that how much revenue earned by our entity during the specific year and how much expenses incurred by our entity during the specific year and how much profit earned by entity during the specific year. If any misappropriation are happen, that can be reflected by that accounting. So guys, objective of the accounting is also completed and advantages of the accounting are also completed. So guys, next, general principle of the government accounting. There is a 6 principle offered by the government accounting. First is classification of the expenditure, second is based on budget, third is end product of the government accounting, fourth is a period of the account, and fifth is a cash basis account, and sixth is a form of the account. These 6 principles are provided by the government accounting, and these 6 principles we can discuss one by one. So first is classification of the expenditure. Expenses are classified as under sector. There are 4 sector: major head, minor head, sub head, and detail head. In these 4 head, the government expenditure are classified. Under major head, minor head are covered. Under minor head, sub head are covered, and under sub head, detail head are covered. So guys, this is a classification of the expenditure, and this is one of the principle of the government accounting. So guys, next principle is based on the budget. Government accounting is based on the annual budget, as we already discussed, budgetary control. And next is government is interested to forecast with the greatest possible accuracy what is expected to be received and what is expected to be paid during the year. Next is on the basis of the budget and accounts, government determine whether it will be justified in curtailing or expanding its activities and whether it can be should increase or decrease the taxation. In budget, we also see that if government want to increase their revenue, government simply increase the taxes, and if government want to decrease their revenue, government simply decrease the tax rate. So guys, next is end product of the government accounting. Report and various statement is outcome of the accounting which done by the various organization and business entity. Government also do accounting of the same purpose because it want to know that various sources of the fund and application of that fund. So guys, we already discussed the government done accounting to know that the how much earning are earned by the government and how much fund are applicable by the government on the specific project or on the specific development. So guys, the monthly account serve the needs of the day-to-day administration, and annual account present the fair and correct view of the financial stewardship of the government during the year. So guys, next is period of the account. Period of the account is similar with the business entities account. The government period of the account is also begin from the 1st April and end on the 31st March. And next principle is cash basis accounting. This is already we seen in the advantages of the government accounting and form of the account. Government account are maintained in the 3 parts, namely consolidated fund, contingency fund, and public fund, which is part of our upcoming video. So guys, this is a basic difference between the government accounting and commercial accounting. This distinction between also provided in the module. So you go with the module or go with my notes, that is almost similar. So it is easy to understand, and we directly go on the next point, that is government accounting and reporting. In the government accounting and reporting, there is a first point is CGA. What is mean by CGA? CGA means the Controller General of the Accounts. It is a apex accounting body in India. So guys, if in the examination there is a question appear on the government reporting and accounting, then you write the point that is provided in the notes, because this is a very selective point and this is a point which is most relevant to that Controller General account. If you are go to these points, you also easily write these points in the examination. As you know that in our module there is a paragraph that is very boring to learn, boring to read. So notes prepared by me, it is a very attractive and point wise and specific point are covered here. So guys, we read one by one point here. CGA means the Controller General of the Account. It is a apex accounting body into India. It is principal account advisor to the government of the India and responsible for the establishing and maintaining the technically sound management of the accounting system. The accounts of the civil ministries are complied and maintained by the pay and account officer and basic accounting units. Pay and account officer play an important role in the government accounting. Pay and account officer liable to maintain line-wise accounting of the all transaction involving consolidated fund of India, contingency fund of India and public fund of India. Various subsidiary accounts as such loan account, fund account are also maintained by this unit. Next point is data comply by the pay and account officer consolidated on a monthly basis in the principal account officer at the ministry's headquarters. Next point is the consolidated account of the ministries are rendered to the Controller General of the account. And next point is the amount received. The account received from the various ministries are consolidated in the office of the Controller General of the account to the generate the account of the government of the India as whole. This monthly account are view and critically analysis of the expenditure, revenue and collection and deficit is prepared for the finance ministry. So these flow are provided in this sheet as you see on the screen. First of all, first role is pay and account officer's role, that is liable to maintain the line-wise accounting. Next role, when line-wise maintaining of the accounting is done, next role is principal account officer at ministry's headquarters. Here data complied by the pay and account officer are consolidated. When data are generated by the pay and account officer, that data are provided by the pay and account officer to the principal account officer and that data consolidated in the principal account officer. Once the data consolidated in the principal account officer, that data are sent to the Controller General of the account. Here data received from the various ministry are consolidated. And next is Controller General of the account generate the government account of the government of India as whole. This is basically step are happen in the CGA office. Point is role of the CGA. Primary responsibility of the CGA is the consolidating the monthly account of the government of India, and next responsibility is reporting on the fiscal deficit to the Ministry of Finance. Guys, fiscal deficit is the very important aspect of the government accounting and government budgetary control. So fiscal deficit rate help to the government of India in deciding the tax rate in the country. Next role of the CGA is CGA prepare a critical analysis of the expenditure, revenue, borrowing and deficit of the for the finance minister every month. Next responsibility is CGA also prepare annual appropriation account and union finance account for the presentation of the parliament. Ministries or department approaches to the CGA for the advice on the accounting procedure for the new scheme, program or activities undertaken by them. So CGA also provide the various advices to the departments. The advice of the CGA is binding on the ministries or department. So guys, next is advice rendered by the CGA generally cover the aspect related to the maintenance of the accounting, collection of the receipt and its creating into the government account, release of the payment and its accounting, creation and operation of the fund within the government account, banking arrangement for the making payment and collecting the receipt, etc. So guys, next sub point under the CGA is government accounting and information technology. Currently government continues work on the improving the efficiency and quality of the services rendered by the various departments at all following three levels. First of them pay and account officer, second is principal account officer and third is Controller General of the account. Three various accounting software are being used by the government accounting. Three various accounting software are being used by the government of India. That accounting software is GAINS, that is Government Accounting Information System. Next Contact, Controller Accounts, and third is Improve, Integrated Multi-Mode Procedure of the Voucher Entry. So these three accounting software are used by the pay and account officer, principal account officer and Controller General of India for the accounting of the government of India. So guys, next is the monthly account are now published on the website as we already discussed in previous session of the video on the last day of the month following of the month of the account. Like account for the October 2017 will be available on the last day of the November 2017. 2017. Next is system available in the Office of the Controller General of the Account, assist Controller General of the Account in the policy formulation and use of the information technology in the accounting offices of the government. The software support to the organization is provided by the National Information Center under the Ministry of the Planning. So guys, this is the objective of the government accounting and information technology. So guys, next sub point under the government accounting and reporting is features of the government accounting in India. I read one by one point here, and you also remind all this point because this is important point carried out by me from the module or internet sources. So guys, one of the most distinctive feature of the government accounting in India is the minute detail with which financial transactions are recorded in the books of the account. Next is all transactions are classified on the 6-tier function. Major head representing the broad function of the government at the top. Intermediate level represent the sub function, program, scheme and sub scheme, and object head represent the activity at the bottom. So there are 3 main head. First head is major head, second head is intermediate level, and third head is object level. So major head cover or represent the broad function of the government at the top. Next is intermediate level that represent the sub function, programs, scheme and sub scheme, and next object head represent the activity at the bottom. So guys, Government of India follow plan-based mode of the economy. Expenditure of the government are divided into the plan and non-plan. So guys, government, when we see the annual budget of the Government of India, we see that there is a various plan, various schemes announced by the Finance Ministry on the Union Budget Day, and that plan one by one are implicated by the Government of India in the country, and that plan will be completed within the specific duration of the time as provided in the budget. So guys, plan expenses are directly related to the expenditure on the scheme. So guys, we know that the bullet train project are the project laid down by the Government of India in their budget, and that is a plan that is called as a plan budget. And non-plan expenses are directly related to the expenditure incurred on establishment and maintenance of the activity. So guys, the next is further distinction made between the expenditure which under the provision of the constitution is subject to vote of the legislature and rest which is changed upon the consolidated fund of the India. The account are maintained on the cash basis only, as we earlier discussed. Only the actual receipt realization and the payment made during the year are recorded here. Now we discuss the 3 fund of the Government of India that is constituted under the Constitution of the India. That 3 fund is Consolidated Fund of India, Public Account of the Government of India, and Contingency Fund of the Government of India. This is 3 fund are maintained by the government, and these 3 fund are debited and credited by their respective revenues. One by one we discuss the all 3 fund. First fund is Consolidated Fund of India. Consolidated Fund of India constituted under the Article 266 Clause 1 of the Constitution of the India. All revenue received by the government by way of the income tax, GST, customs and other receipt flowing to the government in connection with the conduct of the government business, that is non-tax revenue, are credited to this fund. So guys, in this fund 2 amount are credited. First is tax amount, tax revenue, and second is non-tax revenue. Like government company earn the profit, that profit are credited to the Consolidated Fund of India, and government earn the various taxes, that taxes are credited to the Consolidated Fund of India. Next is all loan raised by the government by issuing the treasury bill, loan obtained from the foreign government and loan obtained from the international institution are also credited to here. So guys, 3 amount are basically credited to this fund. First of them is tax, second of them is non-tax, and third of them is internal debt, external debt. So guys, next is all expenditure of the government is incurred from this fund, and no amount can be withdrawn from this fund without the authorization from the parliament. So guys, for utilization of the fund from this account, the parliamentary authorization are required to the Government of India. Without the parliamentary authorization, government unable to withdraw the fund from this account. So guys, next point is this is a largest fund of out of the all 3 funds. So guys, next fund is Public Account of Government of India. This is constituted under the Article 266, Clause 2 of the Constitution of the India. In this type of the fund, Government of India record all that fund which not covered under the Consolidated Fund of India. The transaction under this fund is debt. Government incur a liability to repay the money received, and deposit and advances has claim to recover the amount paid. So any fund which is not covered under the Consolidated Fund of India, that fund are covered here. So guys, next is the receipt under the public account do not constitute a normal receipt of the Government of India. Hence, parliamentary authorization are not required in this case. So guys, if any amount are credited to the public fund and Government of India want to payment from that fund, then Government of India not require the parliamentary authorization for such transaction, for such expenses. So guys, last fund is Contingency Fund of India. This fund is the impressed account of the Government of India, and this is constituted under the Article 267 of the Constitution of India. This account is held on behalf of the President by the Secretary to the Government of India, Ministry of the Finance and Department of the Economic Affairs. The corpus of this fund is rupees 500 crores. It's require the transaction connected with the contingency. If any contingency are happen in the future, then the fund from this fund are used. So guys, this is our first 5 point of the government accounting, and next remaining point will be discussed in our upcoming video. So guys, I sum up my video here, and subscribe my channel and also share. So guys, thank you for the watching video.